Well, folks, we'd like to get started. This is the press conference. Round number 4 is in the books, and as we get ready to leave here, Eli Tomac on the Monster Kawasaki from Cortez, Colorado, has 197 points. Marvin Musquin, who hails from France, has 169 points, and Justin Barcia, who now calls Greenville, Florida home, has 140 points. They finished in the order that they currently sit in points, and that's pretty special. I'd like to start it off with the first question for the panel up here. All three of you guys have talked that some of the tracks haven't been ripped as deep and they haven't been as rough. I'd like to get your opinion on the High Point Raceway here. Justin, you first.
Yeah, for sure. It was deep today, and it got rough. It's a difficult track for sure. It's always challenging, the hills and the sideways doubles and things like that. I think it was a good racetrack. There was plenty of places to pass and make things happen. So all in all, I think the track was good.
Eli?
Yeah, there was no lack of ruts today, that's for sure. It was good, I was able to get out front, early, so didn't eat a whole lot of roost, so that was nice here. So, it's got that heavy clay here, so it's important to keep the goggles clean. This place always has that big rutted character to it, so it's tough to race on.
Marv, how was it for you today?
Yeah, obviously I love the track. I always do here, do pretty good, and I love coming back to High Point. Once again, they got the track really nice and good traction, and they were able to make different lines, and that's what we need. That's why those off cambers and those doubles, turning doubles, that triple up the hill. So many things on that track makes it the racing really good. So I always love coming back here, and had a great day.
Eli, next question. You came into this race with a 6 moto win streak. Moto 1 didn't quite go your way, but you were able to score the overall to keep that portion of it intact. What was it like suffering that first setback, if you will, of 2018 outdoor?
The first one was tough. I wasn't as good as Marv that one. Was fighting my turning a little bit, and you got to be just really perfect if you want to be the guy on top right now in this class. So, and I wasn't that, and just was fighting and wasn't flowing. So, at least went back and regrouped and got closer. Marv was all over us at the end of the second one, but it was just good enough.
Justin, you said on the podium that you basically rode most of the second moto without a front brake?
Yeah, I ran into someone in the second corner, so it's kind of, just happened, So this is probably like one of the hardest tracks to ride without a front brake, I feel like. So it was like difficult, really difficult. It took me a while. Like I went down, because I didn't have my front brake, and then Pike got around me, and then it took me forever to like get that flow without riding with my front brake, and I caught up to those guys somehow, but yeah, it just was a little too late that second moto.
Marvin, we spoke yesterday, and you said that you were ready to get a moto win, and you did that today. That has to feel like, okay, we could start to build from there.
Yeah, exactly. That's the goal, and it was amazing. It was definitely, overall, the weekend was great, but that first moto was definitely awesome, and I could see, following Eli, I had good lines, and I was able to see where he was going, obviously, and had better lines, and I was feeling really comfortable. So to pass him and get that first moto win, it was awesome. So just wanted to do the same thing in the second moto, and but I could tell he had better lines. That second moto, better flow, that intensity was really high in that second moto, and I don't know how far back the third place was, but I'm pretty sure it was a big gap, and we pushed really hard, and that's what I want to do. That's how I just want to fight, with whoever is up front, and then battle for the lead, and I had a blast. I know I came up short. That's a bummer. It's second overall, but to win a moto and get a second is definitely something to build on, and that felt good, to have a weekend off, and I was able to put in some really good work for 2 weeks, and I felt great this weekend.
I'd like to open it up now to questions from the media.
Hey, Marvin, in that second moto, it looked like you had the lead for about half a second in there. That was a great battle between the two of you.
Yeah, I mean, always in this situation, I'm pretty sure when I'm going to watch the video, I'm like, oh, I could have done this or that, but in the moment, it was really intense, and I could see, Eli was pushing, I was pushing. Man, on the track like that, if you push a little bit too much, you can make big mistakes and lose a lot of time. So we were on the edge, and like I said, it was tough physically, but at the end, yeah, it was definitely fun, and I think the crowd loved it too. And yeah, we built from that, and hopefully many more to come.
Eli, in that first moto, was it more like bike setup, line selection? Like what kind of changed for you, I guess?
Yeah, it was a combo of both, but just not feeling comfortable, and Marvin was on it. So, yeah, he just caught up to me and rode right around me basically. So, we went back and changed a few things, and it's crazy what that does. When you have that comfort level, it changes your riding, and then you can ride that whole 30 minutes, where you want to. So, we did that, and luckily we hit it the right direction.
Yeah, and in the second one, did you know where he was going to try to make moves on you, or could you feel where he was, kind of going to do something different, I guess? Or?
Oh yeah, I knew the last 2 laps it was going to be game on, and at the same time we were both darting through traffic and lappers. So that was a whole nother game to play with that. It was like playing a game of chess. So I knew if I could get to the top of this hill up here, it was at least pretty one line down through the rut. So it was. It wasn't easy to play defense, but you could do it here because some of the inside ruts were so dominant.
And Marvin, he mentioned the lappers. It looked like you weren't able to get to some of your lines kind of late in the race, or just the lapper. How big of a problem were the lappers, I guess?
Yeah, sometimes when you're the first guy to hit, when you the leader, it's hard when you first cut up the lappers, but. Yeah, at one point, those guys were battling for their spot. So I'm pretty sure sometimes when they don't look back, they think that's the guy that is coming, they're battling with. You know what I'm saying? So, and I could see that sometimes the guy would just get back on the main line, and I'm like, oh no, get out of the way! It's so hard. I mean, it was so intense, and physically you're at the limit, and it's getting close to the end, and. Man, it's like I said, it's a different game too to deal with lappers. It makes it even harder on us sometimes, and sometimes you take different lines, and the feeling's not the same, and you're trying hard, but it works, it doesn't work, you never know. So, but at the end, yeah, it was definitely tough with the lappers today, but we made the best out of it.
All right, I'm going to work on projecting here. Rob says I need to work on that. So, Eli, we could see the loose pants adjuster in the first moto. Did that contribute to that comfort level that you were talking about?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't bothering me. That was just a Velcro that came undone. But it wasn't. That definitely wasn't the difference maker in that one.
Next question.
Marvin, can you go through the first moto? It looked like you got off to a bit of a slow start. And then you kind of caught fire late. Like, what changed? Was it finding the right lines or tempo?
Yeah, and also because Justin got around me in the first lap, and I see Eli leading, so I'm like, well, I better make it happen. And but yeah, Justin was riding great, and could get around him for a couple laps. And but to be honest, I didn't see Eli getting away, so. I stayed calm and tried to make the pass on Justin, and then find good lines, and I was able to catch Eli. So that was definitely a great feeling, to come back and get the win. That's it's the best way, to make the pass for the win. It's awesome.
Marvin, did you know coming into today something during the week or something with the break that you felt you'd be better and maybe able to win a moto in the overall, or did it just happened to materialize today?
No, like I said, I think I put in some good work for the 2 weeks and really focus on myself, doing the work and work on technique, on speed, motos, and also knowing it was high point for the next round, and I was definitely excited about it. I love this place, and right away for practice, I wanted to get on it and get good lap times, not like last weekend. So right away, the speed was good, the feeling was good. We had different suspension settings, for the last 2 weeks. We've been trying stuff, and I felt great this weekend. So that's nice to see.
For both Eli and Marvin, the last 2 laps of that second moto, Marvin, first, did you have a spot where you thought you could make a pass, or were you just trying anything you come up with, or were you picking places?
Yes and no. Those rollers over there, Eli was going outside, and I was going inside, but I'm like, if I go for it and he doesn't see me, we can jump on each other, because that section there was really tough, but the 2 lines were coming together. So I'm pretty sure, on video you could see we're really close. So like I just said, Eli had better lines at second moto compared to the first moto, so that was definitely really tough to get around him, but I tried my best. That was really intense, and like I said, I think it was good for the fans, but I wish I got it done.
And Eli, did you have a feeling of where the pass might be coming from, or what sections you had to grease to make sure it didn't happen?
Trying to think. Not really. I mean, maybe the rollers. He was better there on the inside all day. I didn't like that inside. It was just tough to get the second double, and I was just kind of going on the outside. It was like just something you could do every time, even though it was a little bit slower. So it got really close there, that last lap, and I kind of went out to the outside to try to do a little block, and man, it was close over the next tabletop. I don't know where it was coming from, and then down in the big G out hole right here, that was close again. But yeah, I was able to play defense pretty good the last 2 laps.
Any other questions from the media? Last question then for Eli and Marv. We talked about it real quick on the podium, but it seems like anytime you talk about a track, they talk about the Bradshaw-Stanton battles, the Ricky J. You guys have officially put your name in the High Point book as some of the greatest racing here. Does that make you feel kind of special now? Is this like one of your homes now, if you will?
Well, yeah, it was cool, and the crowd here today was awesome. Up, on the fence there. So, heck yeah, that's what everyone wants to see. I mean, yeah, it puts a lot of pressure on us, but it's what we're out there to do.
Yeah, that's what I said on the podium. The fans, that's what they want to see, battle like that. So I was really happy about after that first moto, and I knew the second moto would have been also really intense. And yeah, I mean, makes me proud, to be at this spot, and that to be able to battle for wins. And growing up, watching Carmichael, and I know David Villeman won a couple times here, so. We'll get it next year and put my name on top.
I guess final question. Did any of you guys take Blake Baggett for a boat ride on the week off? He wanted to go really bad. None of you guys took him? All right. Thank you very much. Gentlemen, this is the 450 class of today's High Point National. This is stop number 4.